Libras, hello. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Nina. How are you all? That's wonderful. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let's go ahead and get started. Before I do the spread I'm doing today, as I'm tapping into what your intentions are, what do you feel about the situation? How is your material existence affected by the situation? What do you think or understand about the situation? And then we're going to end it off with the obstacles to overcome in the end result or resolution. Let's see. So what are your intentions? The first card we have is the Empress. Ooh, okay. All right, Libra. You starting off strong. You starting off in your energy, baby. Yes. And so for what do you feel about the situation? Let's see what we get. The Five of Cups. Okay. And then how is your material existence affected by this situation? Judgment. And then what do you think or understand about the situation? Okay. That's funny because we have the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles came out sideways. Okay. So let's see what the obstacles to overcome. Let's see. The Four of Cups. And then the end result or the resolution, we have, that came out sideways too. Queen of Swords. Bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Wands. So are you being recognized or you're recognizing something? Because when it comes to what are your intentions, we have the Empress. So you could be creating something, Libra, and you want others to see you in the context of you being in your Empress energy. That's how you want people to see you. That's how you want others to see you when it comes to setting your intentions around some type of creative endeavor that you want to possibly make public or something like or allow it to be recognized or something like that. Now, when it comes to how do you feel about the situation, we have the Five of Cups. And this is probably recent because in this card, we have the calendar and it's on the month of May. I don't know. That looks like a Golden Gate Bridge. So somebody could like live in California or yeah. But when I get what I get from how do you feel about the situation, you could have been down or sad about something. But I don't feel like it was too long because you realized that there were still 2 cups in front of you that you were able to like eat out of. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever this is, maybe it's not bringing in much right now, but you're still able to eat. You still are able to put food on the table. And so maybe this is why you're ready um, to make something public when it comes to your intentions around some sort of creative endeavor or something. Because maybe you're tired of like struggling a little bit, but I feel like this is like some sort of emotional struggle. Maybe about whether or not this is even good enough to put out, you know. But you know you got to make something happen, Captain, because you got to keep eating. You know what I'm saying? And don't worry, you definitely gonna eat. You definitely gonna eat. You gonna eat and drink with whatever this is. Maybe you're trying to make it public this month. So when it comes to how your material existence is being affected by the situation, we have the judgment card. Yeah, you're given like a second chance at whatever this is. Cause like I said, maybe you tried it before, you tried to release it or make it public on some other month, right? But it just didn't work. So maybe 3 months ahead of this month, you tried to make something public, but it just didn't work. Just didn't work. So you like, I'm just gonna keep trying. Because you realize you still had 2 cups to still try and make something come up off the ground so that it can be recognized. And it looks like this month, or if this already happened last May, or if it hasn't happened yet, then May of next year. If not this year in May. Yeah, you about to get a second chance at it again. Like really like the third, fourth time again. And it's just because you of your perseverance, like you kept going. So when it comes to what do you think or understand about the situation, you have the 2 of Pentacles. So you could have been like in limbo. You maybe just couldn't figure out how to balance things out or how to, you know what I'm saying, get something like just right. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you couldn't figure that out. So you kind of was like in limbo and just was kind of like, let me play around, right? Because that's what this cat looked like they doing, playing around. Maybe you played around with some things and voila, here we are. You about to make something happen. Yeah, it's like something just fell right in your lap because 2 cards just fell right in my lap. All right. What's this Empress card? Give me 1 card for Empress. We have the 7 of Cups. Yeah. Whatever this is, you have so many different options, so many ways that you can take it, go about it, do it. Yeah. Yeah. That's why I said you persevered. Like you tried it so many different ways because you knew you could go about this so many different ways. You just needed to see what stuck. And because you persevered, you have the promise from God, right? Because it's a rainbow. You have the promise from God that, you know what I'm saying, this is about to be recognized or you're about to be recognized. Something like that. Okay. Bottom of the deck. Yeah. King of Pentacles. Yeah. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. What's this 5 of Cups? The 8 of Pentacles. Yes. Yes. The 8 of Pentacles. You kept going. You kept persevering. You kept practicing. You kept working at it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a situation where like you kept doing something over and over and over again, expecting the same results. Like, no, you didn't drive yourself insane. You just went about it differently or something. Look, another rainbow. Yeah. Bottom of the deck, Ten of Swords. Yes. Yes. Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck. You kept going and going and going and finally realized what the problem was. So you put that to an end and now you're doing things differently and it's going to work out for you. What's this Judgment card? We have the Five of Cups in reverse. Yeah. So you go to the Five of Cups upright to the Five of Cups in reverse. Yeah. Yeah. I'm getting something about a long time because with this Judgment card, you have like ancient symbolism in the background. So you've been at this for a very long time. You've been given chance after chance after chance, but you kept going, you kept going, you kept going. You did not stop. And that could have been a test. That could have been a test. You were being tested. And now the Five of Cups are in reverse. You see things clearly, a lot more clearly now. Because you're not sad and you're not, you know what I'm saying, disappointed or depressed or, no, you're not there anymore. What you did was instead of getting that deep, you know what I'm saying, you just kept working at something. And that helped get you from being sad, down, disappointed or whatever to, not being so emotional about it or so sad about it. Bottom of the deck, Eight of Swords. Yeah. 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 You definitely was all up in your head about it. What's this Two of Pentacles? Nine of Wands. So like I said, you just decided to just you wasn't sure how to even things out or balance things out. Like I said, you played around with some things and something stuck. Yeah, because we got the Nine of Wands. So this is like the wounded warrior. Like you kept working at something. Kept playing around with some things. Like I said, it might have hurt you, might have made you sad, maybe a little depressed or whatever, but you still worked through that pain, that depression, that sadness, that hurt, that disappointment. You still worked through that. Yes, the Moon. You still worked through it because you didn't know what the outcome was going to be. You had no clue, but you knew that you had to keep going. You knew that something was going to come from this. You knew it. You may not have known it, but you knew it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean, Libra. You know what I mean. All right. So now when it comes to the obstacles you need to overcome, we have the Four of Cups. Yes. And I feel like you are overcoming it if you haven't overcame it already because you were getting bored with it. You were over it. Okay? You were bored and over it because, the result wasn't resulting. It just wasn't resulting. So that was the obstacle you are going to overcome or you will overcome. Like you didn't give up. Like, yeah, you may have been over it. You may have not wanted to deal with it anymore, but something within you told you to keep going and you kept going. Right? Because look, because she keeps trying to give him all these different cups. And he already got one. What's this Four of Cups? Two of Cups. Yep. You went from almost hating it, being over it, you done with it, it's done, I can't do this no more, to actually playing around with it, practicing it more, just trying to, keep it going somehow. And now you have this like newfound love for it now. Mm-hmm. Instead of putting all this sadness and hurt and pain and disappointment into it that you were experiencing because nothing, whatever you was doing wasn't working the first time, now you're putting into it the love. And that could be what just made all the difference for real. That and the work you had to put in. Okay. I'm not going to, discredit that because it wasn't easy, whatever this was, or whatever this is. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Ooh, see all that love you pouring into it. Instead of hating it and pushing it off to the side, not dealing with it no more and kept going, you passed the test and you will be enjoying the fruits of your labor because of this. Okay. So now when it comes to the end result, we have the Queen of Swords. Now, it came out sideways. However, I just felt like because it's sideways to me, especially with what came out in the cards and it being underneath the obstacles to overcome, I just felt like you got to a place where you just didn't know. Like you just didn't know anymore. You know how you get like that sometimes? Like I just don't know what to do. I think that's what this Queen of Swords is. You didn't know what to do. You didn't know what to say. You didn't know what the questions to ask because you just didn't know. You thought what you was doing the first 50 million times was it, but it wasn't. And so you just got to a point where you're just like, I just don't know. But I'm going to keep going. But I don't know. You know? So let's clarify. Please give me one card for Queen of Swords. The Hermit came out sideways as well. Like, what the heck? Yeah, that's that. I don't know. I don't know. So let me just fall back because I just don't know. I'm not getting any enlightenment. I don't know really what to go into solitude for. Because like I said earlier, you may not know what to ask for, what to do. So you just kind of like just was like, ugh. It's like kind of giving me like you just took a little break. You didn't give up on it because just because you may not have been working on it practically doesn't mean you wasn't working on it mentally, okay? So keep that in mind. And then at the bottom of the deck, the Magician. Okay, you made magic happen. You made the magic happen. I don't know what you did, but you made it happen. You kept going. I know that's what one thing you did, and you put more love into it. But whatever else you did, oh man, you created magic. That's for sure. Okay, not for sure. For sure. And now you're going to get everything that you need so that you can continue it on. Wow. That's beautiful, Libra. Okay. All right, let's see what else for my Libs. Let's see. Please give me more information for Libras, please and thank you. We have body work. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have attachment. So something about like whatever Okay, thank you, Spirit. Sorry, I was like, what? What are they trying to tell me with these cards? So, whatever you were, because you were really attached to this, because you were really, really working on making this work. But for some reason, it was like taking a toll on your body. It was taking a toll on your body. And so that could have been some of the problem. And because you removed yourself, detached from being so attached to the point it was affecting your body, that helped too, because that helped you with clearer thinking, and it helped you with more of a clear spiritual thinking also, right? Because when your body is all tense and just out of whack, and sometimes it can mess with you mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, especially if you ain't feeling right, you know? So, Libra, I hope this helps. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until the next episode. Maybe. Oh my gosh. Bye, Libras.